Suno and Udio may be having some major competition, and it's absolutely free. This open source music generator may actually be better than the paid alternative. It's called HeartMula, and it's a family of open source music foundation models, and it's really good. Check it out.
Sunlight spills across the scratched oak floor. I'm not checking on the time anymore. Just watching steam spiral up from the tea. A quiet moment meant only for me. It's a slow motion kind of afternoon.
Sunlight spills across the scratched oak floor. I'm not checking on the time anymore. Just watching steam spiral up from the tea. A quiet moment meant only for me. It's a slow motion kind of afternoon. Humming along to a coffee shop tune. Let the traffic spin outside the glass, while I let the heavy hours pass.
What you heard right there was Suno, where they had these tag and these lyric inputs, and it made that song. And Suno, of course, version 4.5 is already good, but HeartMula, it actually wasn't too bad. Here's another example of more R&B type of feel.
Standing on the podium, lights in my eyes. Finally broke the ceiling and touched the skies. Said I wouldn't make it, but here I stand. The whole world is waiting in the palm of my hand. Sweat on the concrete and blood on the floor. Knocking till my knuckles bled on the door. Every time I fell down, I got up twice. Paid the heavy toll, yeah, I paid the price.
Standing on the podium with lights in my eyes. Finally broke the ceiling and touched the skies. They said wouldn't make it, but here I stand. The whole world is waiting in the palm of my hand. Sweat on the concrete and blood on the floor. Knocking till my knuckles bled on the door. Every time I fell down, I got up twice. Paid the heavy toll, yeah, I paid the price. Now the doubt is fading out. Hear the crowd begin to shout. This is what it's all about. I'm a winner, baby, look at me now. Wearing the gold and taking the bow. Nothing can stop this runaway train. Dancing through the fire and the rain.
As you see there, that was Suno and HeartMula, and it came out really good. This is almost just as good as the paid versions, and this is completely open source. This is actually a family of open source music foundation models designed to advance large-scale music understanding and generation across diverse tasks and modalities. There's about 4 different AI models included in HeartMula, which is HeartClap, an audio text alignment model that establishes a unified embedding space for music description and cross-modal retrieval. Basically, it pretty much has the text and the audio aligned with each other, and then they have heart code. This is basically the AI that keeps the song all in the same genre. It basically, if you want to do like a R&B or a pop song, it keeps the same genre from the song, the whole 3-minute, 4-minute, 5-minute song, but also allowing you to make fine-grained controls throughout the song but it all still being coherent and understanding that this is all a part of the same song, if you change a lyric or a verse here and there. Then you have Heart Transcriptor, which is basically a lyric generator, but it's a lyric generator that understands music. And then you have HeartMula, which is basically an LLM based song generation model capable of synthesizing high fidelity music at high quality. And we just saw those two right there. There's also a few different ones when it came to different type of styles that I want to show you here.
Why to the grid? I was playing a part, just a steady signal with a hollow heart. But the neon lights are flashing in my eyes, cutting through the static and the old disguise. Turn the voltage up, watch the meters redline. I am stepping out of the rigid design. The bass is kicking in, shaking off the rust, turning all the shadows into diamond dust. The coffee cup is sitting cold upon the sill. The dust motes dancing in the light are standing still. I trace the pattern of the rain against the glass. The coffee cup is sitting cold upon the sill. The motes dancing in the light are standing still.
Headed to the grid, I was playing a part, just a steady signal with a hollow pearl. But the neon lights are flashing in my eyes, cutting through the static and the old disguise. Turn the voltage up, watch the meters redline. I am stepping out of the rigid design. The bass is kicking in, shaking off the rust, turning all the shadows into diamond dust. I'm finding my frequency loud and clear.
And that one was pretty good. That was Suno 4.5 and HeartMula again. And they were pretty good. And you see, this is the tags they use: energetic, electronic, synthesizer, drum, machine, self-discovery with this verse. And if you notice, it was pretty on track and on par with Suno 4.5. And mind you, this is all open source, so anybody can actually use this and download this on a computer as long as you have the required specs. And we'll get to that a little bit later on. By the way, if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest AI and find out about a lot of cool AI tools, you should definitely like and subscribe. But getting back to it, it was actually able to capture the sadness and it being very slow, and the ballad. You can hear the emotion in the voice, which is weird because it's an AI. But it doesn't just stop there. Even though these outputs were all in English so far, there is actually a way to generate it in different languages. If you're an English speaker, I'm going to save you some time, but this next one is Chinese or Mandarin, I guess. And so let's check out how it sounds compared to, well, Suno.
闭上双眼，让喧嚣都停摆。窗外的风轻轻穿过那片海。
闭上双眼，让喧嚣都停摆。窗外的风轻轻穿过那片海。
Now, I don't speak Chinese or Mandarin, so I can't tell you how accurate it is as far as the language, but as far as sonically pleasing, it sounded like they were really singing. Sound like somebody really broke their heart with these songs. But overall, both of them sound good. Mind you, one's a paid one and the other one is free as long as you can download it on your computer. It doesn't even just stop there. You can do even other languages like Japanese. That sounded like some type of anime opening, if you ask me. But it doesn't even stop there. You can also do Korean and Spanish. And they do have examples, and I'm going to show you a short snippet here before we get into how you would actually download this. Check it out. 심장이 타는 냄새가 나.
Luces de neón parpadeando bajo un zumbido digital en el rincón. Soy la máquina de cromo y luz, mirando desde la esquina vi su cruz. El café se enfría en la
luces de neón parpadeando bajo un zumbido digital en el rincón.
심장이 타는 냄새가 나. 차가워 위를 긁어대는 소리 마치 열이 내 혈관을 태우고 있어.
And those actually sounded pretty good. The fact that this is so versatile as far as the different genres and different languages shows us how powerful this model is, especially compared to the paid alternatives. It doesn't just stop there. It can do much more, but I would prefer you played around with it on your local environment. Let's get into how you actually install this. If you go to the GitHub, you have to download, at least recommended, the Python version 3.10 on your for local development. And then you have to clone the repo and install it, which is a 3-line job. Very simple. Then you have to download the pre-trained checkpoints from Hugging Face or some other place that has the checkpoints. Then after that, it's installed, and as long as you have the required VRAM for this, which I think is pretty beefy of a VRAM requirement, because, well, I would say maybe like a 16 gigabyte GPU or something higher to really try this out. If you're really tech savvy, you can probably even use this in a cloud and borrow some GPUs by renting them out and then hosting that. If you're interested in something like that, I could potentially do a video going over how you would host this in the cloud and run this model. But with that being said, tell me what you think about this open source Suno Udio alternative. And do you think that this is on par or better because it's free? Or do you think Suno and Udio and all the other music generators are still a tad bit better? That being said, your boy Dexter out.